But this conversation is basically just to make sure we understand how to move forward.
Sure.
So the thing that we're seeing here is kind of focusing on the thing that needs to actually be modeled with detail. And then this is the overview of kind of like the whole structure. Right? So like everything that is in this drawing needs to be like modeled correctly. And
right.
And it takes place around here. And then we still need to have all the rest for like, for the background.
Right.
But it doesn't need to be with any detail, obviously. So it's just going to be like, I guess, maybe creating these parts and like this and duplicating it. I don't know, just whatever is easiest for you to do. We're really not going to be.
Yeah, it does look like symmetrical.
Right.
To the extent, like, yeah, you could just like mirror and do a lot of instancing of like the trees to.
Right. Then that brings us to the trees, which you're going to be modeling based on the model sheets that Angela made. Have you seen those? These are the trees.
Okay.
So it's not really modeling sheets, but do you think it's enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty like
self-explanatory.
basic like shapes.
Right.
I don't think you need to make a model sheet like to know how to make pretty much a sphere with some shape to it.
Yeah. So like, the way you're seeing this right now, it's just going to be like very evenly chubby, but it's very symmetrical all around is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how I'm seeing this is you'll be modeling a bunch of different trees, and then are you just going to like instant them like and duplicate them randomly, or like how does it work?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you still have to kind of like set dress a little bit to make sure everything kind of looks nice.
Okay.
As like, the background. So
yeah,
it'll take a little time to just like put it all together, but once you've modeled like each style of tree, it's kind of like,
so
copy paste job.
Yeah, I think we should go with only these two.
Okay.
They're the two rounded one, like more rounded trees. These are more tall and skinny, and I don't think it's gonna like mix very well. I like that, like if you see here, like it's all kind of rounded, and in my previous also like they're all kind of similar, but they have a little bit of variation. So I think these two have enough variation among themselves to be enough. So we're looking at 9 trees.
Right, especially I think the last tree on that second one on the right. This one has that kind of like mushroom shape, so that they're not all like too similar.
Yeah, and we're also going to be changing the color. So like this could have like a green version as well as like, so like we have so many variations with the different colors. So it's going to look like it's a lot of trees.
Yep, sounds good.
So it's enough. So you're going to ignore the buildings, I guess, because Milos is going to do a whole like a design for the harbor scene, and that's going to have all the skyline of the city in there.
Right.
So when you model the buildings for that, we'll just place them in the back of the park.
Right.
So like just don't, just ignore them. Also, this little bird here, obviously you're not going to model. So what Milos is going to do is he's going to create model sheets for the different objects. So like the fire hydrant, this little mailbox over here with the elephant trunk, the benches and the lights, I think going to have their own model sheets.
And the rest is basic enough that like.
Right. So like the fence, is that enough for you? Like, can you go?
Yeah, and I mean, even judging from this, illustration, like I can get a sense of like what you're going for with the ornamentation on the top of the.
Okay. Now another thing though that is not in this drawing is what happens like closer to camera, and it doesn't show here. So I'm going to show you the previews for a second. So do you see this shot? So we start here, and there's like a road, like an actual road, and there's cars that are driving. And I'm going to play this for a second. Right? So that doesn't show in the illustration, but we need to have like a sidewalk and a road and another sidewalk right here.
Right.
So like the two edges of the sidewalk, so it's a little higher, and maybe there's like lines on it, like a sidewalk would. So that is not shown in the design. So you're gonna have to just do it based on how it is in real life.
Right. Yeah, I guess it would depend on how much detail you'd want in the sidewalk.
Well, it's just super close to camera.
Yeah.
You know, so
you'd want a decent amount, like the separations of the blocks of this, each concrete piece.
Yes, I guess. Yeah, I guess some variation in it would like a creak, like maybe a little fractures, like a sidewalk would look. It's not going to be like perfect. It's a little dented, a little damaged.
Right.
Not too much, but enough that it would look a little natural. So, I mean, actually,
I can like play around. Like I can like.
We are going for a cartoony look. So yeah. It seems like everything here is not. It's kind of like rounded and cute. So maybe doing a realistic sidewalk is not so great. So maybe just keep it like simple, but have it be like a little rounded or something. I don't know.
I think yeah, I'll like kind of block it out and do like really basic kind of cartoony detail, and then you can tell me. Maybe you could like give a little more direction if you think it needs it.
Okay.
You can work from there, like do a little back and forth. But.
Yeah, and the road is just a road, so
yeah.
It's just a black concrete. Yeah, and these two blocks here refer to
the fences. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, there's a little sidewalk here. I guess it's a little higher than this level. I'm thinking like Union Square, so you know what it is. When you go into the park, there's these roads, right?
Right.
And so like that's kind of what I've imagined.
Right. So like the footpaths, and then it's got like little separations for the grass and the garden.
Right, and you can't really walk on the grass. It's like you're walking on concrete the whole time.
Right.
But there's like grass being fenced. So that's kind of what we're going for.
Okay. Sounds good.